Hi folks, in this video we're going to be engineers and we are going to design some bridges. We're going to use a program that is developed by West Point, and it's a great bridge designing software to help us learn some engineering skills. First thing we're going to do is open up the program. If you go to your apps, you'll see Bridge Designer 2016. Click on it. It will open to here. Click OK. This is telling you about the layout of the site where you're going to need to build your bridge. And so it explains that the distance across here is going to be very important. The height is very important. Obviously, if this is super tall, there's no way that you're going to be able to build things from the bottom called piers to support the middle of the bridge. If this is very far apart and you've got a very high bridge, you're going to have some challenges in building your bridge. Next time we will have a local contest and I'll give you the code for that. Right now we're going to leave it at no. We're just learning the program. This is giving you the standard stuff. We're going to leave everything exactly the way it is right now. The arched abutments do that, and so they allow your bridge to have an arch underneath. We're leaving ours as a standard. Up here, I told you about it a minute ago, is this. You can change the height of your pier, and that supports the middle. You can build that in. Right now, we're not going to have a pier. And a 1 cable or 2 cable bridge will be something like the San Francisco Bridge. So notice the cost difference. I went from $63,000 when I added a 2 cable anchoring system, and you can see the little anchors there. When I added that, it added cost all the way up to $75,000. So that's a $12,000 increase for our little bridge here. So we're not going to do that either. Click Next. And right now, we can change the load of this bridge. And so we're going to have 2 lanes, and it's going to be 225 newtons per truck, and that's basically what this is. What the test does with this is it spreads out the weight of the trucks across 2 lanes. This has 1 truck that weighs 480 newtons, and it's going to be right in the middle. That's actually a much harder bridge to build. We're going to leave it on our beginner bridge here. If I click on the high tensile strength concrete, you're going to see the cost increases a little bit, and you can see the thickness of the medium is a little thicker because it has to be based on the strength of the concrete. It's not quite as strong. You can use less of the stronger concrete, but it's more expensive. So these are some trade-offs. We're going to leave ours on medium. Click Next. And here's what I want you to do just as a beginner. You're going to learn some basic designs. Howe, Pratt, Warren, these are famous engineers who have designed bridges, and they're well-known designs. And so you're going to choose one of these, and you're going to try to build that bridge. And at the end, you may find that you've mastered that bridge, or you think you have, and you want to move on. You can try a different bridge. The top 3 designs are for bridges that are going to have the structure, these trusses. These are called trusses. They're going to have the trusses above the bridge. Okay, so as you were driving through, you would see them on the side. That's why it's called a through truss. You're driving through the trusses. If you click on these deck trusses, they go beneath the deck of the road, and so they're deck trusses. I want you to choose one of these and give it a try. So when you're done, you can click Next. We're not going to put your name in there, although you could. Click Next again, and you're ready to click Finish. It gives you a few suggestions here, but I'm going to show you that, so you don't need to do that. So this gives you the design. If you click on these joints here, you can input the joints. The road joints or the deck joints are already there, so you don't really need to do those. And you just basically fill in all the joints and go back. Whoops, I missed that one, and I'll show you what to do about that in a minute. If I change that to the white arrow, that's a selection tool. I can move this around. The blue arrows tell me when I'm lined up with the other pieces. So by moving it, I can see where they are lining up. I can use these beams, and this is members they call them, but they're basically steel beams, and you can draw these in. In fact, you can draw a whole series of these all at the same time, as long as it's in a straight line. You'll connect all of these pieces, and I can connect all of the bottom pieces together. If I try to test it right now, it will give me a message telling me that it's impossible, and give me some suggestions. Right now I have basically big square or rectangle set up, and it won't hold any weight at this point. There are certain shapes we'll talk about later that are much stronger, so I want you to think about that as you're designing your bridge and as you're looking at the designs that are already pre-made for you. We're going to put in all of these members, crisscross pieces, and then we're going to test our bridge. I'll show you how to do that. Whoops, I right-clicked there. So I'm going to show you how to, oops, I did it again. Almost there. Oh my goodness. So, trying to go from here to here. There we go. Keep my big fingers off of the trackpad all at the same time. So now we have our bridge all done, except for, I almost missed that one. That one. And I'm going to go up here. This teal kind of blue-green color, that's the button that tests your bridge. So I click on that. Oh, it's yelling at me. Something's wrong. I missed one over here. So I needed to fill that in, test it again. It's going to give it a try. Now, the red is not awesome. Here's my truck. He's thinking about it. If you were driving the truck, you would not drive out there either. So that is not strong enough. I can click on the middle pieces. It's telling me where it failed. So I can go through here, use my arrow, click on this middle piece, and it highlights it on the side. If I hold down my control button, I can actually, my command button, I can actually select more than one piece. I'm actually just going to select the middle piece. I'll show you what to do. You can do several things. You can increase the thickness of that piece, which increases your cost. You can make it a hollow bar maybe instead of a solid hollow tube instead of a solid bar. Solid bars weigh a lot, and if your bridge is solid, it has to support itself in addition to the truck. You can change the material to a stronger material. So that's what I'm going to do. It does add a little cost, but we'll give it another try. Let's see what happens. Whoa. So obviously it did not work, but if you notice, the middle piece did not break now. It was the other pieces. By going back to the drawing board, this is the button that gets you back to the design, I can keep changing these members in order to make a design that will work and get the truck across. So that is the challenge for you. Good luck.